it's a fast field on the water here. Dave Villwock back in his #1 boat, the U-1, defending national high point champion, Miss Elam Plus. Scoring up on the backstretch, that is J.W. Myers in the U-10. Right next to him, Ken Muscatel, moving out ahead a little bit. Villwock in the orange boat, coming around to start-finish, Jim Hendrick. They want to get down to the line just as that clock ticks down to double zeros.
Largest field, 13 unlimited hydroplanes, 6 of which are on the course right now as they fan out for the start.
That's J.W. Myers in the yellow boat, the U-10. He has lane 1. Ken Muscatel is right next to him. Look at Jeff Bernard charging on the outside in the green boat. And there goes Dave Villwock in the bright orange Elam Plus, making a good start in the middle of the field. And to his right, Mike Allen in the formulaboats.com too.
5 of the 6 are going to go into that first turn all together. And it's a very, very tight turn here on the Columbia River.
Dave Villwock, Miss Elam Plus, was back just a bit at the start, but he caught the field in the turn. That's J.W. Myers, has to watch out for Ken Muscatel right there. And now Villwock has opened up water on the field as he heads up the backstretch, the Pasco side, taking that Elam Plus up to just about 200 miles per hour. Has to keep it on the water, though. He's running fast and loose as he bounces it just a little bit. There, he's too high. Dave Villwock is going over. Miss Elam Plus has crashed on the backstretch. A spectacular flip, Jim Hendrick, as he got high into the air. We have good news already. He has opened the hatch. It looks like Dave might be okay. There is damage to the boat.
Spectacular double flip. How did it look from the inside?
Well, I've never done that before, but I was guilty of trying to get the boat too tight to the water, and I hit a wave. And then when I bounced up, I couldn't get it back. You know, it was blowing just at the wrong time going into the wind. So it's one of those things that's racing, but the guys will get her back together. Hopefully we can make a restart.
Miss Elam Plus and the Old Boy Alberto, both recovering from accidents earlier in the day, are set to go with the rest of the field.
You saw Jimmy King, the U3, with piston power. He'll be one of the favorites here in the final as well. The field now scoring up, and who will have the inside as they go into the final turn before the start and turn down toward us. The yellow boat in lane 1 is J.W. Myers U-10 Solutions Plus. He'll have the start on the inside. Jimmy King will be right next to him with the piston-powered U3. Dave Villwock is out in lane 4 now as they accelerate down with 5 seconds to go, a few hundred feet. It's going to be a good start, no problem there. And the leader on the inside, J.W. Myers. Jimmy King went with him across the start-finish line. Dave Villwock was back just a bit in the Elam Plus. And look at this shot, Jim, into the first turn. J.W. on the inside in good shape, but a lot of speed off to his right. Can he hold him off here at the apex?
In the first turn, it's a little dark now. They'll make their turn and come back toward the setting sun. And look on the outside, it is Villwock in the Elam Plus U16, showing them the way to go down that back chute in fine style.
A great boat race right here. J.W. dropping back a little bit in the yellow boat, but he still has the inside. And look at Jimmy King with piston power. He is pulling ahead of Dave Villwock in the U-1 Elam Plus. Now J.W. is not out of it because he has the short way around this turn right here if he can make a good turn. Villwock making a good one in lane 3. Jimmy King in lane 2 as Villwock had to bobble to the outside just a little bit. Jimmy King picked up some water on him. J.W. Myers had the U-10 up into second place, but now Villwock has the orange U-1 Elam Plus flying on the outside as he tries to overtake Jimmy King. We have a great 3-boat race, Jim, as they come into the first turn for the second time.
Our cameras look right into the sun, and then they come down the other end. It's a lot brighter as our leader, the U-1 defending national champion, Dave Villwock in the Elam Plus, still leads the piston packer, but by about 6 boat lengths.
Boy, Villwock had a rough time getting it off the exit pin right there and getting it hooked up for the run up the straightaway. He bobbled a bit, but now he appears to have it in full sail again. This would be a flippin' win, the second one in the history of the sport, if he can hang on and hold it together. Jimmy King is slowing down. The U3 is losing power, and J.W. Myers just went by him into second place, and now it's J.W. and Dave Villwock, the first and second place boats. J.W. on the inside, but Villwock has a healthy lead on him now as they come down to finish lap 2.
And I'll tell you this, the last flipping win, I believe, was in Seattle on Lake Washington. Wasn't it your buddy
It was Mark Evans indeed, and I'm sure he'd be excited to see his friend Dave Villwock pull it off again. And right now, it looks like a good possibility. Here is Jean Theoret, one of the favorites, but not having a final heat. He did not get his usual great start here in the final, as we expected he would. It's all Villwock all the time so far. On to the backstretch one more time. It is rough back there. It has been all day. The boat now appears to be handling it well. There's Theoret running in third place up the backstretch in the U-37 Beacon Plumbing, and we're back with our leader Villwock being chased by another yellow boat, the U-10 Solutions Plus J.W. Myers, and right now he's the only boat Villwock really has to worry about. Into that turn, tons of water into the air off of that skid fin, Jim, and this boat handling these rough conditions about as well as anyone could. Everybody has to be a little bit cautious. The Columbia River has been more treacherous than usual here this weekend.
And it's on the last lap for the U-1 Villwock with the Elam Plus.
Currently, the U-10, that's J.W. Myers running in second place. Steve David has the Oh Boy Oberto third. Jean Theoret and Miss Beacon Plumbing are back in fourth place. And Mike Allen, driving his teammates' boat, the U5 FormulaBoats.com, is in fifth place on the water. Jimmy King, engine trouble. He did not finish. Now, half a lap to go for Dave Villwock and the U1 Miss Elam Plus, on his way to a very big victory and exciting, dramatic finish to a day that started out all wrong. He was just about here when things went wrong this morning. The front of the boat got high into the air, and as Dave described it, he brought it back down onto the Columbia River just a little too hard, Jim. It deflected off a wave up into the air beyond the point where he could bring it back.
Right now he's making his final turn of the race. The checkered flag is waiting here on the Columbia River in Rumble on the River.
There you see Dave Villwock. He's going to win it by a couple of rooster tails. A checkered flag for Dave Villwock, the U1, driving for Erick and Sven Ellstrom and Miss Elam Plus. Second place will go to the yellow boat, U10 J.W. Myers, having a good weekend here for Kim Gregory and the USA Racing Partners out of Las Vegas. Here is a very happy Sven Ellstrom.
And we're going to go down, Steve, and join Mr. Ellstrom, his son, and that whole team as the winning boat comes in. The checker flag is there. We'll talk to the winner in just a moment.
This is the way they finish. Let's go down to the winner's dock. Jim is with Dave Villwock.
Well, the Ellstrom family said it all. They said flip and win.
Yeah, we did. I mean, boy, it's too bad that I had to crash the boat today. I mean, it's just something that it's the first time I've ever really done it all by myself, that I have no other factor to blame other than just wind and conditions, and I was probably just a little too aggressive, actually being conservative, trying to get the boat down to the water harder to enter that turn so it wouldn't crash.
All right, now take it. You have actually been very successful on this river. This hasn't, haven't you?
I've had my highest of highs and lowest of lows. Now this is probably the most unbelievable win nearly ever, other than Mark Evans' win in Seattle. But I've went home in a hospital here in a Learjet. I've won races here, and now I've won races from crashing, and still have a boat left, and that makes me feel a lot better inside, because if I left with a crashed boat, I'd feel horrible. So for me to be able to work on it and drive it is a treat for me.